Okay, how are you? Thank you for checking in. I am Owen. Today we are going to talk about how to relax and still feel productive. So, this is a big one right now. If you have a lot of time on your hands or extra time on your hands, a lot of people might be saying, oh, just take it easy, just relax. And if you're like me, that might not be much help because just not doing anything is often not that relaxing. One of the things that I always remember, my very first job, I was working at a Burger King, and our manager always said, if you have time to lean, you have time to clean. Meaning that if there was any relaxing, leaning against the edge, that there was time to wipe down the surface and there was time to do some cleaning. Now, there is certainly a difference between if you're just slacking off and not doing anything, but I'm going to guess that that's probably not who you are, and it's probably not what you're doing right now, given the situation. So I know for me sometimes that time to lean, time to clean is like get busy, right? If I'm leaning down, if I'm laying down, if I'm relaxing, then I'm not feeling relaxed. I'm feeling stressed that I'm not doing something that I'm supposed to be doing, right? I'm leaning, so I should be cleaning. I will say, our family, growing up, I was very lucky. Our family took a lot of awesome vacations to some great places around the world. And I'm so grateful for that. And but I remember that a lot of the time we were always rushing around, right? Like just packed. There was something happening every single day. And one time I asked my mom, who did a lot of the planning on these trips, and like, why are we so packed? Like, why are we running around? And their response is like, well, you never know when we're going to be back here. And this is true. This is absolutely true, right? Like, and many of these places I've not been back to, and I may not be back to. And and I've sort of taken that through my life, and I'm very grateful that I have this sort of as my work ethic of like, okay, get it done now, get as much done now, because we might not have tomorrow, right? We might not have any more. And I remember I actually planned a trip to Maui. I went to Maui with a friend of mine, and I did the same thing, and just absolutely packed the entire schedules. Go, 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 go. And we had one day to relax at the end, just one day to not do anything. And both of us just ended up pretty much just sleeping through the whole day because we were just so tired, right? So so in a way, there was the trade-off, right? You pack it so full, but we still lost that day at the end. The idea that tomorrow isn't gonna come, so we have to jam every single day as full of everything as possible is actually a sign of the scarcity mindset. There is a difference between preparing, that we don't know the future, and yeah, obviously, we want to live our lives now. But there is a time for everything. There is a time to really, really push hard, and there is a time to rest and to relax. And it's built into our schedules. If you're in the Jewish tradition, there is a whole day for this. There's a Sabbath day, right? To just do nothing. We are allowed to have some time to take a minute, to rest, to take a beat, to figure out where we're going. This is what sleep is too, right? The idea that our bodies are used to going. There are many systems that we have that have to always go, right? Like our heart has to always beat. We always have to breathe. But there is time built in to our systems to allow us to relax, to allow for that recharge, to allow for that to happen. Granted, when we go to sleep, that's sometimes we plan to go to sleep usually, right? And if you have a lot of time or some relaxation time on your hands now, it may not be planned. It may feel a little forced on you. And I've been there. I get it. Like I know how that feels, right? So forced relaxation when you want to be doing something. I still have problems relaxing. Even though I know what I'm about to tell you here, some 3 tips that I use, it is hard to relax because I find being busy to be relaxing. And I don't know that that's the healthiest thing in the world. But it's also certainly something that our culture and traditionally our economy and our culture leading up to the events of our coronavirus lockdown have told us that basically the whole idea of looking busy, right? What's the idea? Someone's coming, mom's coming, dad's coming, your boss is coming. Look busy. If you have time to lean, you have time to clean, right? Busy, like the idea of looking busy, right, means you won't get extra pressure from someone who's telling you what to do. And the relaxation comes from that release of pressure. At least for me, when I'm talking about, looking busy to get somebody off my back. But that's kind of already living in fear, right? That's already kind of living on someone else's program. If you just need to look busy to appease somebody else, then you're not doing it for you. You're doing it for somebody else. And you're probably not being busy with something that is moving you forward, is likely moving anybody else forward. You're sort of just doing it to do it, right? And it's okay, because our whole system before, our whole employment system, everything that we've been in before has all just been about, a lot of it has been about shoveling the coal. The idea that you need to be in an office from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., especially in this modern age, we're already seeing how kind of useless that was. But I get it. It was ingrained in me, and I'm sure it is in you, right? That being busy equals good. It equals productive. And not being busy is not. So naturally, any relaxation time, any time that you take to just check in with yourself right now, if you did have a job and you lost it, if you think you're going to, or you're working from home, you've got more time on your hands, and you feel you should be doing something because you're not in an office for 8 hours a day. I get it. I get how relaxing sounds like a dangerous thing to do. And especially too, if you have lost your job and you need to go get a new one, or you need to find a new way to develop some income for yourself, then I can get that pressure of oh my God, I got to do everything right now. I can't take a breath. But it is okay. It is okay to take a minute and to relax, and to check in with yourself. It's very difficult to move forward. I know times when I really push myself extremely hard and I don't take that time to relax. I don't take that time to just check in with myself. I burn out, right? I burn out. And then I get to a time when I don't even have a choice about relaxing. My body will crap out on me. I'll get sick. Now is definitely not the time to stress yourself out and to ruin your immune system with extra stress, especially when we got coronavirus floating around. So really at the core of all of this, why would any of us choose to harm our health by pushing ourselves to the bone, by running ourselves ragged and not giving ourselves time to check in and fill back up? I know for myself that, when I'm not being productive, when I'm not being busy, right, if I'm just relaxing, sometimes I start to feel useless. And then sometimes I start to feel like a burden. Right? I might be taking more than I'm giving in this community, in the world, in our global economy. Just generally, I feel like if I'm not doing something, then I'm not doing what I should be doing. I don't feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I get it. That's a terrible feeling. It's a really, really awful feeling. And I get it. So here are 3 tips that I use to remind myself that it's okay to relax, but also to relax in a way that still helps me feel productive. The idea is that at the end of the day, right, when I put my head down on my pillow, I want to feel like I had a good day. I want to feel like I used this day the best way that I could have. Sometimes I feel like if I just check out, if I relax, if I do nothing, then I don't get that feeling at the end of the day. And for you right now, if you're not getting that feeling while the world is crashing down, then it can be really important to do that. So number 1, drop should from your language altogether. This is something I started doing several months ago, and it's been really working for me. It still takes me time to remember it, but here's the deal. If you go to relax, but you feel like, oh, I should be doing this. I should be looking for another job. I should be doing all those chores I said I would do around home right now. I should be hanging these paintings, right? Then what that's telling yourself is that you are not, that you're already wrong. By saying that you should do something indicates that you're wrong because you know that you're not doing it and you know that you not doing it is wrong. So you're telling yourself that you're wrong by saying I should do this. Instead, replace it with I will. I will do these extra chores. I will do the work around the house that I said I would. I will go look for another job. I will build my business. Right? I find when I'm about to say, oh, I should go work on my business, but I replace it with I will go work on my business. Then instead of thinking with the should about, oh my God, all the pressure and all the stress about it, and if I don't do it, instead I start thinking about creative ways to get it done. Plus, it's also now my choice. If I do something because I should do it, it's not really something that I feel like I have a choice in doing. It's not something I've chosen to do. It's something I feel like has been put upon me. So everything you do during the day, especially if you say like, oh, I should do this or I should get up or whatever. No, I will get up and I will go do it and see if that makes a difference, makes a little bit of an impact for you in, if you say, I will go relax for a little bit, that's different than, oh, I should go relax for a little bit, right? Oh, hey, Brendan, how are you? We'll get to remember going to Burger King Moraga? Yeah, that was a fun time. that was definitely a fun time. I remember it there. That was a fun memory. Okay, so number 2 is schedule time to relax. Okay, schedule time. So I will go relax, for the next hour, right? Even if it's just checking out. When you schedule time to relax into what it is that you're doing, if you schedule that, then perhaps it, makes it a little easier. When I say, okay, for the next hour, for the next 2 hours, I am just going to turn off my phone. I'm going to check out. I'm going to watch some TV. I'm going to read a book. I'm going to play a game, what have you. I find that I have more, when I've got that structured relaxation, I feel less stressed out about what I'm going to do next. I feel less stressed out that I'm wasting time with the relaxation, right? I've built it into my schedule. Almost kind of like a budget, right? You've got some extra money to spend on going to the movies or going out to dinner, right? If it's in your budget, you don't worry about spending it because it's all accounted for, right? Do the same with your relaxation time. If you have a problem relaxing and still feeling productive, schedule it into your day, an hour, 2 hours, what have you, and make sure that time that you honor that time. Keep it. And that will also help you feel productive. You're actually staying on schedule by relaxing when you schedule in your relaxation time. Okay? The last piece is relax by doing something that either furthers or helps you find your passion. We talked about this in another video about finding your why, especially in this time. If I find that if I relax by doing something that's just checking out and vegging out, sometimes I will realize later that I am doing that relaxation because I'm actually running away from something, right? And it's a way for me to hide from what it is that I'm doing. And those are the times that I feel really unproductive if I have been relaxing. But if you take time to work on a hobby, to work on something that you didn't have time to do before, but you always wanted to, but now you have the time. Or spending time figuring out what is your passion? What is that thing that really drives you, that helps you move forward, that really helps you discover what it is that you really want to be doing in life, if you weren't before. When you spend time relaxing by doing what you want, by doing something what's your passion, when I do that, like, all right, a passion of mine is this card game, Magic the Gathering. I love this game, right? And learning about it, getting better at it is something that makes me feel better, right? So if I spend some time, playing this game, it's not the most relaxing thing in the world because it takes a lot of thought, it takes a lot of involvement, but I feel relaxed after it because I'm passionate about it and I've done something to help move my passion forward in that time, right? So think about this, right? 3 tips. Drop should from your language. Turn should into I will. I should into I will. Schedule your time to relax. And third, relax by doing something that either moves your passion along or helps you find out what your passion is in the first place. And then I guarantee you, you will be able to relax, you will still feel productive, and you won't run the risk of burning yourself out unnecessarily. All right? So I hope this helps. Join our group on Facebook, the Abundance Hackers group. Search Abundance Hackers on Facebook. I will put the link here in the chat right now while we're here. Beautiful. So there it is. Okay. And I hope you will join us. And I hope this is helpful. Brennan, thanks for stopping by today. This is definitely live, so please ask any questions that you've got. Tell me what's on your mind. Tell me what's going on. If there's anything I can do for you, please let me know. Shoot me a message. Thanks again, and I will talk to you really, really soon.